Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. Now today we are talking about this fella, and we'll just open up the box. There we go. I've shown it in another one of my videos. This is the Werkzeug. Now I guarantee I'm pronouncing that wrong, but anyway, you'll get the idea. This one, there we go. Can you see that? That's the company, Werkzeug. And I believe this one is the 1093. Now, I think this is kind of an old one. They do obviously newer ones now. I've been getting a lot of questions about it, and people saying they've used it, they don't think it's any good, and other people are asking me what is it and you know, how good is it? Now, they are absolutely brilliant, and there's a way of using them. It's like everything. And if you don't know, then it will maybe look crap. But once you use it correctly, it's brilliant. We all know if you've worked on any type of diesel engines and the heater plugs are stuck and they snap, if they snap, you're in all sorts of trouble. Sometimes you just can't avoid it, they do snap. But with this gives you the best chance of getting them out. But this is not like a normal impact tool where you can just put it on and zip it off straight away. This could take 3 or 4 minutes of it impacting for it to loosen it. The highest it goes to is 40 newtons. It's not powerful. Yes, it's from 10 to 40 newtons. It's not powerful, but then it's designed not to be powerful. If I put my big one on it, I'll just snap everything, but that's no good. What this is designed to do is impact it and loosen it and then get it off slowly. It could take 30 seconds. It could take 6 minutes. It could even take a bit longer, but I guarantee you, if you've ever snapped a heater plug, you wouldn't mind if even this takes half an hour, because the grief that it causes and the expense and everything is an absolute nightmare. I have an old engine here, which I'm going to hopefully show a lot more videos on. We changed it because we've had someone else. I don't know if it was the customer or someone else, but their heater plug, one heater plug was snapped, and they damaged the injectors. The injectors are stuck in there too. So hopefully with this engine behind me, I'll be showing you how to take out injectors and all that sort of stuff. But first we're going to be doing heat plugs with this. And like I said, it's like everything. Once you know how to use it properly, it's great. You do have to be patient with it. It's only a small tool, but then it's designed to work this way. People think if you just put an air tool on it, you just like a wheel nut, you can whip it off straight away in a few seconds. Not necessarily. Sometimes they do come off, but sometimes they can take 3 or 4 minutes or maybe even longer. Now that does, believe me, that 3 or 4 minutes seems like 3 hours, but it's still a million times cheaper and a lot less hassle, even if it takes 10 minutes to get it out. What I've had to do sometimes is, you heat up the engine, you let it cool, you heat up the engine, you put WD-40 there, and you keep banging this. And sometimes I've had some really awkward ones, but I've got it out in the end, which is brilliant. So this is it. In this particular kit, we get a few connections, as you can see just there. 8, 10, 11, 12 mil 1/4 inch sockets, air sockets, and we also get this little handy thing, which is, as you can see, you can go from different angles. Now, what you do have to be careful of, if you've got this and you're using a long extension, you're taking power away from this. So sometimes you have to, but try and not use extensions. Even with this fella, which can be handy because it can get you in different angles, as you can see, but you're losing power. Every time you put a connection on, you're losing power. Just means it takes longer. So if you can, obviously best just to stick, you know, one thing on it. What we are going to be using on this one is the 10 mil. Now these are kind of stuck in hard, so I might have to speed up this video, but I'm just going to leave it pressed. If it takes, hopefully it takes more than 30 seconds. If it does, I'll go on to the next one, because I want to show you that it can take a few minutes. I'm not going to leave it, now if it takes 3 or 4 minutes, I'm obviously not going to leave that in, because that's going to be really boring just to see this thing going bang, 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 bang. But we'll see. I'm going to put this on first. I'll get a normal ratchet and I'll show you how tight these are. Then we'll put this fella on, see what happens. Sweet. Right, hopefully you can see this. This is the ratchet I'm going to be using. Now it is only 1/4 inch, but this is like 9, 10 inches long. So it's a very long one. I'm going to put the socket down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Maybe bring you a bit closer. Just kind of see the socket there. What I'm going to have to do with this one is get an extension. Now I shouldn't need an extension with the actual air tool, but I just want to show you how tight this is. Right, so I hope you can see that. I'm putting a lot of pressure there, and if you can just, I mean, that's tight. Now, there is a chance I could undo that, just give it that bit of a snap and it'll be fine. But there's also a chance it could snap. And the last thing I want to do is tell the customer, well, we're going to have to take the head off and do all that or drill it out at a lot of expense and a lot of hassle for everybody. So what I'm going to do is, I mean, that is that is tight, that is scarily tight. So what I'm going to do is, we'll put this back down. We'll use this. Can I get this on? Yeah. So I can get that on without actually the extension. And essentially we're just going to vibrate it loose, because the fact that this vibrates and turns at the same time will break all the crap away and lift it up so much easier. Like I said, I've had some times where I found it's easier to heat up the engine. Sometimes it isn't, it just kind of depends. Put a load of WD around it, you know, kind of free it all up. But what we are going to do, that's on its most powerful setting now. That's 40 newtons, because I've had a lot of people, oh, you can't put air tools around heater plugs, you just snap them. This won't snap a heater plug because it's just not powerful enough to snap a heater plug. But eventually the vibrations, the torque and everything will vibrate it loose. That's how nuts come loose. Vibration and turning at the same time, not just pure power, because pure power is just going to break it. This isn't powerful enough to break a heater plug. If you break a heater plug with this, it's because the heater plug was mostly broke already. So we'll just, hopefully this now will take a few minutes to come off. I don't know. Now, it is tight, which is good. So I'm just going to literally leave this on, press the trigger. That vibration is going through it, and it's going to give you the best chance of getting this off without doing any damage. This might be quite boring, this part. Right, what I'm going to do is, to save you the boredom, I'm just going to keep this pressed, and I'll try and keep an idea on the time, and whatever time it takes, then we'll just see. Okay, it's been about, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. I think we're getting somewhere. There we go. Now you can just see how crusty and crap, all them bits of lumps of crap and everything was stuck around it. And there we go, it's out. No damage, no nothing. Granted, it did take, well, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. But as you can see, it's out. And even though it takes 4 or 5 minutes, it's one of them things that you just don't mind, because I'd sooner take half an hour than to snap it. This stinks, by the way. Let's get a close up of all that crap. So yeah, should we see how tight the other one is. Okay, the other one isn't that tight. The look of the draw, I suppose. Unless, hold on. I don't think I was on it properly. Now, this one is tight as well, and I'm going to try and zoom in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this now. This will give you an idea of just what it does. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera. As I press the trigger, you can kind of see all the lumps of crap kind of moving out and bits of oil and stuff. I don't know if it's going to show on camera though. I don't know if that's actually showing kind of the bits bouncing everywhere, which is a good sign to show you it's vibrating. Maybe you can see all the oil and the crap around that. It's not in properly. There we go. I think that got it better than the last one. You can see it kind of struggling, and then it just more or less breaks. You see all the... well, you maybe can't see it. Let's zoom out. Just all the lumps of crap around that. Yeah, just unbelievable. Now that one didn't take as long, but you can see how good this kind of tool is. Now, short and sweet. This is one of them things where if you work on diesel engines, it's a must. It really is a must. It's one of them things, if you have diesel cars, it's one of them things that is affordable. It's not out of the world expensive. And believe me, if you've ever broken a heater plug, you will know, and you would buy this. It's worth its weight in gold. Because you've seen there, fair enough, it can take a few minutes sometimes. Sometimes it can just come off straight away, but it's not, when people say, oh, you can't put any air tools near there. Yes, granted, you can't put a big 1/2-inch impact gun there because you will break everything around you. You can't do that. This isn't that. This is only 40 newtons this is putting on, so this will not break the heater plug. If this doesn't take it off, then you're in trouble. You maybe someone's cross-threaded it or something, but you're in a lot of trouble. But just be patient with something like this. This takes time. Be patient. It is annoying, you know, it's rattling your hand, the noise and all that, but I guarantee you, it is one of them things where it's worth its weight in gold. But it's just, it's fantastic. It really is. You get a really nice metal case. Well, I have in this one. Nice padding and all that, so it's well protected. One of them things that you just need to have. It's affordable and it can save you a lot of time. Just be patient with it. Don't try and, you know, think, oh, this is not working, and get a big ratchet and then just snap it. It is working. It can just take time. And hopefully what we'll do next is show you how to maybe get injectors that are stuck off on this engine, because I believe the injectors are kind of stuck there as well. So I was kind of keeping the engine to do videos on it because I thought it'd be kind of good and interesting. Just done one there. We'll do injectors. And then what I might even do is maybe snap an injector. Well, maybe not so much an injector, but what I might do then is snap a heater plug in there and show you how to actually drill it out. But that is kind of, you don't really want to be doing that because that just causes more hassle than it's worth. But we'll see, depending on what people want to see, depending on what tools I can get my hands on. But yeah, that's it. So one thing I've just seen, I've just opened the instructions, or should I say the model number. That's what it's called. That's the model number. That's the thing. But it does say down at the bottom, alternate set if broken glow plug. So we can get a set if we've broken the glow plug. So I might see if I can get my hands on that set. Break a heater plug, which is going to be difficult in itself because if you've ever been doing this for a long time, you can feel when something's wrong, and to kind of go that extra bit to snap it just doesn't feel natural. But it's going to be interesting. So we'll properly snap one. Well, I say that. Let's see if we can get this. And it even shows you on the back more about it. But anyway, that's the one I'm using. You just show it rather than trying to pronounce it. But yeah, it's just one of them tools that if you've ever snapped one, like I said, it's worth its weight in gold. And it's one of them things that you do need to have, especially if you work on diesel engines. And the best thing about it is, like I said, it's not really that expensive. It's something you can afford to buy and only maybe use it a couple of times a year. You know, it doesn't cost the world, and it can save you an absolute fortune, and that's what it's down to. But be patient, because I'm getting questions about it, and it's kind of 50-50. It's one, people say, oh, that looks really good, what is it? And then there's another, oh no, you can't use that, it's going to break everything, it's going to do this. So I'm just trying to show people it doesn't break stuff. It's not powerful enough to really break anything. It's just designed to kind of rattle on it, and eventually it loosens it and it frees it up. Now, if someone's obviously already snapped something in there, that's not going to be any good. There's other ways around it, but yeah, definitely want to try that first before you go. Don't just start getting big ratchets or anything like that on it. You can see the set is only 1/4 inch. You know, it's not 3/8, it's not 1/2 inch. I have taken off heater plugs with 3/8. I haven't touched them with a 1/2 inch because that's just too dangerous. You're just asking for trouble. But yeah, so that's it. Short and sweet. Hope it helps. Thumbs up, subscribe, and all that. Links up here, links down below. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.